Look at the stack of books on your nightstand, or perhaps the list of saved articles in your phone. They promise to help you become more productive, less anxious, more confident, and less sensitive. You have read them. You have highlighted the important parts. You have tried the morning routines and the meditation apps. You have approached your own life with the dedication of a professional athlete training for the Olympics. And yet, if you are honest, you do not feel healed. You feel exhausted. You might feel a strange, hollow sensation in your chest, a feeling that no matter how much work you do, you are still fundamentally broken. You treat yourself not as a human being to be cared for, but as a never-ending renovation project. You are constantly sanding down your rough edges, trying to fix the leaks in your personality, and waiting for the day when you will finally be finished. But that day never comes. The finish line keeps moving. This state of being is what we might call the optimization trap. It is the pervasive belief that you are a problem to be solved. It is the idea that your natural way of being, your sensitivity, your quietness, your intensity, is a defect that needs to be corrected. You have internalized a voice that says, if I just try harder, if I just find the right technique, I will finally become the person I am supposed to be. But who is that person? Usually, it is a fantasy version of yourself who never feels sad, never feels awkward, and never gets tired. It is a version of yourself that operates like a machine. And in your pursuit of this machine-like perfection, you are inadvertently waging a war against your own humanity. You are trying to cure yourself of being human. Let us explore where this comes from. We live in a culture that is obsessed with progress and efficiency. We are taught that everything can be upgraded, from our phones, to our bodies, to our minds. We apply the logic of capitalism to our souls. We believe that if we are not improving, we are failing. We view our emotions as bugs in the software. Anxiety is a bug. Grief is a bug. Sensitivity is a bug. And we are frantically searching for the patch code that will delete them. But emotions are not bugs. They are features. They are the way your system processes the world. Your anxiety might be a signal that you are in an environment that doesn't fit you. Your grief is a measure of your love. Your sensitivity is the source of your empathy and your creativity. When you try to fix these things, you are often trying to silence the most vital parts of who you are. You are trying to sever the connection to your own internal guidance system because it is telling you things you don't want to hear. This constant effort to fix yourself creates a profound internal split. There is the you who is the project manager, holding the clipboard and judging the progress. And there is the you who is the project, always failing to meet the deadline. This creates a relationship with yourself based on criticism and control rather than love. You would never treat a friend this way. You would never look at a friend who is hurting and say, "You need to optimize your grief processing speed." But you say it to yourself every day. The tragedy of the optimization trap is that it actually prevents true healing. Healing does not come from rejection. It does not come from looking at yourself with disgust and deciding to change. Healing comes from acceptance. It comes from stopping the war. It comes from looking at your anxiety, your awkwardness, and your messy history and saying, "I see you. You are part of me, and you are allowed to be here." When you stop trying to fix yourself, you create space for something much more interesting to happen. You create space for self-understanding. Instead of trying to delete your sensitivity, you can learn how to care for it. Instead of trying to crush your anxiety, you can learn to listen to what it is trying to protect. You move from a relationship of domination to a relationship of collaboration. There is a radical shift that happens when you realize you are not a problem to be solved. You are a mystery to be experienced. You are a landscape to be explored. A mountain does not try to be less rocky. A river does not apologize for its curves. They just are. And in their being, they are whole. You too are already whole. You do not need to earn your wholeness through self-improvement. This doesn't mean we stop growing. Humans naturally grow. We learn, we evolve, we change. But there is a vast difference between growth that comes from a place of, I am enough and I want to expand, and growth that comes from a place of, I am broken and I need to be fixed. One is like a flower opening to the sun. The other is like a sculpture being chipped away by a chisel. To break free from this trap, we need to practice laying down our tools. We need to practice moments of non-improvement. You might try a very simple yet challenging experiment. Call it a no improvement day. For 24 hours, give yourself permission to be exactly as you are, with zero effort to change. If you wake up feeling tired, don't try to hack your energy levels. Just be tired. If you feel anxious, don't rush to your breathing exercises to make it go away. Just sit with the anxiety and let it ripple through you. If you are unproductive, don't shame yourself. Just be unproductive. Watch what happens when you remove the pressure to be better. You might find that underneath the panic, there is a deep sense of relief. You might find that when you stop fighting your feelings, they naturally shift and flow on their own. You can also look at the language you use with yourself. Notice how often you use words like should, must, and need to. I should be more social. I need to stop being so sensitive. Try gently replacing these with observations. I am feeling quiet today. I am noticing that loud noises are draining me right now. Observation creates distance and compassion. Judgment creates shame and stuckness. It is helpful to remember that the self-help industry is exactly that, an industry. It is designed to sell you solutions to problems it has often helped to create. It thrives on your insecurity. It needs you to feel broken so that you will buy the next book, the next course, the next seminar. Stepping out of the optimization trap is an act of rebellion. It is saying, I am not a market for your insecurity. I am already complete. Reframing your life from a project to a journey allows you to enjoy the view. When you are renovating a house, you live in dust and chaos, always imagining how good it will be when it is done. But you are not a house. You are a living, breathing being. You are happening right now. Your life is not waiting for you to be perfect. It is unfolding in the midst of your imperfection. Think of the people you love most in the world. Do you love them because they are optimized? Do you love them because they have perfect habits and never get upset? No, you love them for their quirks, their laugh, their specific way of seeing the world, and even for their vulnerabilities. Their flaws are often the very things that make them lovable. Why would it be any different for you? As you lay down the heavy burden of trying to fix yourself, you might feel a lightness return to your spirit. You might remember what it felt like to have hobbies just for fun, not for self-actualization. You might remember what it felt like to rest without guilt. You might remember who you were before you decided you needed to be someone else. What if you declared a truce with yourself today? What if you decided that the renovation is over? Not because everything is perfect, but because you have decided to live in the house exactly as it is. What would you do with all that energy you have been spending on fixing yourself if you were suddenly free to just use it for living?